Okay. Sorry for the lack of videos this week. I'm definitely... That's gonna be one of my year resolutions, is I'm gonna start doing more videos. I know the last couple of months I've been doing... I've been doing less videos. And I want to get back on the saddle, so to speak. So, today's video, though, I'm going to talk about why, in my opinion, Family Guy sucks. Now. Or at least the last... In my opinion, I think Family Guy, around... After, like, '09, I think that's when Family Guy, to me... Sorry I sound a little nasally. Just kind of got the sniffles. So, yeah. But, yeah, Family Guy, to me, about '09, '10... like 2011, 2012, that's when for me Family Guy just dipped. Like, I don't even really watch the new episodes anymore. Like South Park keeps me coming back, but Family Guy does. I even did a video on, like, I even think American Dad is a much better show, in my opinion, than Family Guy. Let's just start off. A lot of the characters they screwed up with, like, look at Peter. He used to be, like, laughably stupid, like Ed Stupid from Ed, Edd n Eddy, if you remember that. Like, he was stupid, but he was still caring about his family. Now it just seems like he's stupid and just does stupid shit just cuz. He just does stupid antics just cuz he can, and it just seems like he does it just cuz. Like, there's no, like I said, there's no right, because it's like he just does it for no fucking reason. Like, there's no reason to it, and it just seems like he's more selfish now, and it's just, he's like, it just, I don't know what happened, like, really, like, what the fuck, because Peter used to be stupid in the older seasons, but it was funny, and he still would, like, cared about his family now, and it's like, now I can't even look at I still somewhat, like, can laugh at Peter sometimes, but it's like, I just, like, what happened, man? I've said this, I think Seth MacFarlane should just focus on American Dad, in my opinion. Just focus on American Dad. Because I feel like he just doesn't seem like he cares anymore about Family Guy, because it's been on for so long. It just feels like it's dragging at this point, Lois just doesn't seem like she gives a shit anymore. Like, she used to be the reasonable one, along with Brian, which I'll get to Brian last, because he's really, like, but, definitely it seems like, she just doesn't give a shit anymore. She just sex crazed, But then again, I was never the biggest Lois fan anyway, so it doesn't bother me about her. Chris, never cared for. He just seems like he's the same. I think he's the only character I would still feel like he's somewhat similar. He's the only character with continuity, somewhat. Meg. The Meg jokes. The thing is, they used to be funny and, like, playful mean. Like, when you rip on the homies or something. Now they're just mean. Like, they're not even playful anymore. They're literally just fucking mean. Like, it's just borderline abuse almost. Like, just Peter's just a fucking douche to her for no fucking reason. And I found out the reason why is because Seth said, well, we don't know how to write a teenage girl. But I'm like, then why don't you just write her off the show? She's an adult, right? Why not, I don't know, she gets sick of their antics and fucking leaves. Just do that. Like, that would be the good way. Because honestly, the Meg jokes are just not funny to sit through anymore. It's just mean now. It's like, it's so fucked up. It's like, in the episode where she finally just goes off, and I'm like, why not take the opportunity to just have her leave the show? Because the fact you don't know how to write a teenage girl, which it really isn't that hard to write a teenage girl. Like, look at Haley. She's probably an adult now, but Haley from American Dad, like, she's a teenage girl, though she's like a hippie, but, she's still somewhat a teenage girl. And she's decent, But Meg, everyone's fucked up to her, and it's just fucked up fucking mean, and it's like hard to watch now. Then Stewie, I still like Stewie though. They didn't make him the gay character now. He used to be like evil and still try to take over the world. They kind of moved away from that, but I don't mind it still. I still somewhat don't mind Stewie. So Brian, I used to like Brian. I think I said this in the other video when I was comparing Family Guy to American Dad. I used to like Brian. You know, he used to be like the reasonable one. He used to be the one to tell Peter, "Oh, do this right." But now it's just he's a liberal douche. He just likes to spout his opinions, and he thinks he's right. He thinks he's a good writer. Like, it's because I've heard Seth MacFarlane puts a lot of his views on Brian, which I just find dumb. Like, keep your views away from Brian. It's just annoying now. It's like, and then I remember when they killed off Brian in 2013. It's like, well, first of all, it was a publicity stunt. We all knew. We all knew Brian was gonna be dead for like two or three episodes, and then Stewie's gonna go back in time and save him. I called it, but it was so pointless. It's like, it would have been more emotional if I still liked Brian, but I don't even like him anymore. And it just seems like he likes to get his opinions out there just cause. And then they started having him feud with Quagmire, which makes no sense, because in a lot of the older seasons, they didn't even have any issues, like, they interacted somewhat, but they never, it didn't really seem like they hated each other, but now they just hate each other, like, see if this is like, yeah, they just hate each other now. Like, I don't get it. Like, when the fuck did all of a sudden, though, I did like, though, when Quagmire, went off on Brian when they were, out at dinner, and Quagmire went off on Brian. That was kind of true. I don't understand. Yeah, why does Quagmire and Brian all of a sudden hate each other? Like, where did that come from? And it just seems like, yeah, everyone's just mean to each other. And then, but the side characters, they brought back Cleveland. Let's be real, Cleveland show was just a black Family Guy. That's all it was. And it was just they even attempted to make Cleveland like Peter, which is just sad because we've watched Cleveland for so long. He's nothing like Peter. In Family Guy, when he's in Family Guy, he's kind of quiet. He doesn't he is nothing like Peter, and then all of a sudden he goes to Cleveland show, he's like Peter. But, I think this is kind of also, they do the same jokes now, and it's just, the cutaway gags are old. When they were doing the Conway Twitty stuff, which I just didn't get. Maybe it's just, I didn't understand it, but it just doesn't seem like it makes any sense, It just, ladies and gentlemen, it's Conway Twitty. I'm like, wait, what? And, the humor isn't even there anymore. South Park, I'll bring up. South Park, maybe it's not as funny as the older seasons, but it's still going. It still has the humor there. Because, there's a point. It's not just stupidity. That's what I feel like Family Guy is now. I don't mind stupid humor, but at least make it funny. It just seems like Family Guy's not even, funny anymore. I don't laugh like I used. Maybe I laughed at it when I was, 12 or 13. That's, when I started watching it. But Family Guy now is just, it's kind of weak. The cutaway gags are kind of, they used to do them sometimes, They used to do them, on occasion. But now it's just, every, they'll do it, several times an episode for no reason. It is, cutaway gag has nothing to do with what's going on in the episode. But, that's just what I'm saying. I think Seth MacFarlane should just focus on American Dad. Because, honestly, that was the funniest, it's a more original show. Family Guy's no longer original anymore. Just, like I said, just focus on American Dad. But other than that, I just kind of wanted to get my opinion on that. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Raw review, but other than that, guys, I'm signing off. Peace.